Thanks for coming to my lecture. I really have a good time talking about what it is that I do. And as you can see from my resume, I'm an architect. I've always been an architect. I've been licensed for about 24 years in about anywhere from 6 to 15 states at any given time. I carry an active license. I have been in the profession, in the trade, for about 30 years and worked all over the place, literally all over the place. And in the type of work that I do, it's not all self-storage, but a lot of it is self-storage. It's new commercial development, new industrial development, new self-storage development. Almost every day, if not every day, I'm either preparing for a discussion with zoning boards, planning commissions, and city councils, or I'm in one. And that's been that way for a long, long time, a couple of decades. By a show of hands, has anybody ever opened up a zoning code and read through the different districts and seen self-storage listed as mini warehousing? Never contested, never rewritten, never redefined. It just says mini warehousing, which isn't really, it's a terrible term, and it puts a bad haze over our entire trade. So what you really have to think about is, why didn't it change? Because zoning books, zoning codes are almost impossible to change. They take forever. They age out during the time people are in political positions, so they never change. Changing a zoning code is a lot like dragging a 747 along a runway by your teeth. You can do it, but it's going to take a whole lot of time to get it started. So the title, obviously, as you can see behind me, Winning in the Face of Zoning Uncertainty. 10 simple steps to increase your chances, and in parentheses, and probably the most important part of this title is, without politics or court. And I can promise any heavy-handedness, any other kind of bag of tricks that you might try to pull isn't going to be as effective as these 10 things. And let's just get into it. The first step, and I think everybody knows this instinctively, I'm not even sure it's worth mentioning. When you walk into a land deal, when you're looking at a property, whether it's a new build or whether it's a reuse, whether it's mixed use or whether it's all storage, I don't care what it is. If you're getting into a deal to purchase the property, negotiate the longest time you possibly can for the duration of your purchase agreement. Stretch it out with a letter of intent in the beginning. Get that for 30 or 60 days. Do everything you can to buy yourself time, because no matter how fast you work and how intense you are and how good your architects are, you are at the mercy of the city and their response time. 5 or 6 different departments, 5 or 6 different staff members getting on agendas, making sure you show up and they have quorum. Time, even if you only do 40 hours of work, the whole time you're in due diligence, total work, you're going to be in it for a long time. I'd say 6 months. This says the biggest deal in the world is to stay in it, because you need as much time as you can possibly get. I'd say 6 months. I'd love a year. But anybody giving you a 60-day purchase agreement period, walk. It's not even. You won't even be able to get up for a vote, no matter what anybody says. Oh, they come every month, he says. I know they come every month. But you got to prepare, you got to turn it in, they got to put public notice. Public notice is 18 days until the meeting, and then they have to review your drawings, and then they see you. Look, it's 4 months. If it's a slam dunk, you're 4 months. If anybody thinks differently, they're crazy.